Emergency live stream. Order in fantasy football court. I have unfortunate news. Unfortunate news to report. Ezekiel Elliott appears to be done. And we not ruled out. He's not hurt per se, like coming out of the game, not going to play next week, meaning he doesn't look the same. And we knew this coming in. We knew this coming into this week. And what did we say on the channel all day, today, yesterday, all week long, really for 3.5 weeks, but especially this week when the news broke that said Elliott would play week number 13 on Thursday night, which was, it just ended, the game, that Elliott would play. It was a gift. It was a gift to get rid of this man because there was good news and there wasn't any good news for a while. You couldn't get rid of Zeke Elliott for a ham sandwich walking into the news that broke just over 24 hours or a little less than 2 days ago that said that Zeke Elliott, would get a healthy dose of work and that the whole talk about shutting him down was not true. He was not getting shut down. You had an opening to trade him. I hope you did. If you did, drop your trade in the chat. Some of you couldn't trade, but this has been something that we've been beating like a dead horse for 3.5 weeks, and I hate to break it to you. If you are a Zeke Elliott owner in redraft and you can't trade anymore, not like you can trade him anyway, it's going to be tough sledding walking into the remainder of the rest of the season. I mean, it's horrible. It's horrible. Tony Pollard is the better running back. Tony Pollard should be started, but probably won't be started. Until Elliott's out of the picture, until they shut him down, you're going to have this guy Pollard who has this explosive upside. Running back 1, top 10, top 6 to 10, top 5 to 10. Let's put the respect on Pollard. Top 5 to 10. 5 to 10 upside if he gets in there and starts. Right now, he's limited. Right now, Tony Pollard is giving you top 5 to 10 upside per carry, per touch, but he's going to be hampered workload-wise by this man right here that they refuse to put down. Put the old dog down. Look, I love Elliott. Elliott's given us amazing years of fantasy football goodness. I have nothing bad to say about Elliott at all. But Pollard is by far the better running back. And at this point, it's a disservice to fantasy, which they don't care about. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying from a fantasy perspective, Elliott is a disservice to the offense and to Pollard's potential production and Pollard getting in a rhythm. And if you own Pollard, you're hoping they maybe do shut him down to get him healthy, put Pollard in there to get in a rhythm and play the way he plays all game long versus having the offense hampered and limited by a man that's out there dragging his knee. Elliott did not look healthy. He was literally like dragging his knee on his biggest run of the game. Couldn't even get going. Couldn't even get up to top speed. This is like the DeLorean trying to get to 88 miles per hour and it couldn't get there. It was like 55 miles per hour. Get on my horse. Try and get on my horse and I can't get it going. The knee, he can't even pick the knee up. He's literally dragging the knee across the field trying to get an extra couple yards on his biggest play of the run, which could have been 10 or 15 yards more had he been healthy and explosive. He's not healthy. He's not healthy. We need Pollard in the lineup. We just don't know if we're going to see it this year. There is a strong chance we don't see Pollard starting in 2021 at all. We see him continuously getting this like 50% or sometimes 60, sometimes 40, sometimes 70, sometimes 50% of the workload. We just don't know when or if we're going to see it. Pollard, you are Smitty approved, young man. That's for sure. Where's my Smitty approved? This man on the board, no.
Smitty approved.
And look, I've left this on the board. This is over, I think, a week and a half, 2 weeks weeks old. I haven't deleted it. I got a couple comments on my last video because whenever I show this scene, whenever we do
Get lammed.
or
And now.
or whenever we do any of those scenes, wrong scene. Whenever we do any of those scenes, you see this board because I haven't changed that board for a while. That Zeke Elliott's been up there, and I had a comment the other day. It said, "Smitty, what is that? What on earth are you telling people to do? Don't you know Zeke Elliott's going to get a full workload? Don't you know that Zeke Elliott is going to be the guy, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy that's going to be?" Am I working on the other microphone? Yeah, I am. People saying, "Smitty, don't you know that Zeke Elliott's back? Don't you know that he's back?" But yet, this right here was actually talking about trading just Zeke. You only own Zeke Elliott. You don't have Pollard. That I believe this will end up looking better by the end of the year. And I got a couple comments last video. Now, how you feeling? He doesn't look good. He doesn't look good. You could have, of course, got more. You could have got Monty and a wide receiver. You didn't have to trade Zeke Elliott straight up for Monty. Now I bet you can't even get that. I bet it's not even possible. I don't think it's possible. I don't think it's even possible. Did we do the intro yet? Intro.
This is the Fantasy Football Show with your host, Smitty.
Top 5 running back.
You're watching the Fantasy Football Show.
Smitty!
Take a lap.
Welcome to the Fantasy Football Show. My name is Smitty. I'm your host. If you're new, please punch that thumbs up. Get in the door. Pitch your tent. I am your new one-stop shop for fantasy football content, year-round information, dynasty rankings, dynasty everything is on the way. You guys have no clue. Not even Terry Roberts, who is a dedicated soldier of the show. Even Terry Roberts doesn't even have a clue as to how much dynasty and amazing 2022 content is to come. You will never see a channel that is going to be more dedicated to providing you not just in-season content. And I say that not to like diminish my own redraft content, because I believe I produce more redraft content than most anybody. Like, find somebody that live streams. We had 2 hours on Tuesday, 2 hours on Thursday, about 2 hours on Friday. Maybe they'll call it an hour and a half, 2 hours on. So 8 hours, so about 10 hours of live streaming a week, and then at least like a handful of videos that are one-offs. So we're talking like 12 to 15 hours of redraft video content per week during the end season. But let me tell you something. The off season is going to blow the in season out of the water. It always does. I'm more excited about the off season. I'm not giving up on the in season. We've had a great in season. The show's predicted a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, a lot of injuries, but we predicted a lot of stuff on this channel. And just because I want to get to 2022 before we even out of 2021 doesn't mean that I am tired or shutting down because things haven't gone well. No, things have gone really well. I'm just so excited about draft content. I love draft content. I love draft season. I love when no one knows what's going to happen yet, and you start calling out the guys like CeeDee Lamb early. Even if CeeDee Lamb hasn't quite been as good lately, I do feel like he's going to finish. He looked phenomenal tonight. It's Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott's the problem. Dak Prescott could have got him 3 more receptions and probably 30 or 40 more yards. He literally missed this man 3 times in a row at the end of the game there. And Lamb sat there both times after the ball went way over his head. He sat there and looked around, and he was like frustrated with Dak. Like, not like, oh, we'll get it again and run off the field. He literally stopped, and he was looking around like frustrated, like, I'm here, the ball's there. I'm here, the ball's there. I'm CeeDee Lamb. I'm about to lamb somebody.
Get lambed.
Let me lamb someone. I'm here, the ball's there. Dak's just completely missing him. I don't know what Dak's hurt. He's got to be hurt, more than we know. and I don't know what's going on. But Lamb's going to be amazing. But my point is, I love the offseason. I love preparing you guys. And I love getting that's too crazy. That's a bold take. What are you talking about? I love that. I love when people think we're off our rocker on some of the bold predictions and bold takes. I can't wait. You don't even know what's coming. It's going to be amazing. Let's see. Zeke is what? Zeke is what, Dallas? Zeke's done, is what he is. He's not done. He's hurt. Bro, I mean, no offense and all due respect, and I appreciate you being in here, and I want you to stay. I'm not trying to run you off or something. Like, we're good. Bro fist before we start. Before the battle commences. And if you want, leave me a voice message on the Fantasy Football Show on Instagram, and you and I can talk about this. So DM me on Instagram. I'll look for it. I don't know if you've got an Instagram or whatever, and I will play it. But this is definitely a homer at work. Like, come on, bro. He's not done. He's hurt. He is hurt, but that's part of the problem. Staying healthy is not going to be on it's not going to be in the cards for him moving forward. He is not going to stay healthy. His workload and usage is far and above anybody else's in the NFL that's currently relevant. And you're not going to see him ever rebound for a consistent amount of games in a row. So you might see him maybe come back. Let's say next year he comes back for 2 or 3 games. But from the beginning of the year, it's been situational. I liked him a lot, bro. I liked him more than most people, and we drafted him high. He produced well. But the first sign of this guy declining, when I felt, okay, this isn't right. He's not looking the same. The carries have caught up to him. We thought we could maybe squeak out another year before he started leveling out and becoming a lesser player than Pollard. And Dallas versus the world, this is a compliment to you in a way. It's not even an underhanded compliment. It's a compliment to your team and a player that is on your roster. So you should not take offense to the fact that I'm saying Pollard is your running back 1, bro. Pollard is your running back 1, bro. Number one, bro. By far, in a way, you're running back 1. He's more talented on every level now. Maybe he doesn't have the experience, but it doesn't matter because he's not making mistakes. Pollard looks phenomenal. He's finding gaps and creases and taking small plays and turning them into big runs. He's shifty. He can be elusive within lanes. He can cross around and literally run for like 40 yards on a 20-yard gain. Like, this is the kind of stuff Zeke can't do anymore. And it's evident. And being hurt's part of it, but that's part of my point. So I understand where you're coming from, and I'm talking good about your player, Pollard. He is the running back 1. It's time to move on. I don't know the Cowboys will. Like, don't come in here and say they're not moving on from. I know that. Like, that's my problem. That's our dilemma from a fantasy perspective. Is we may not see the Cowboys utilize these guys properly. Super chats in the building. I'm sorry I haven't got to yours. Troy, you still here? You still here, Troy? Slayer, you still here? Slayer's here. Slayer lives here. Kyler, Zeke, Najee, McLaurin, Pittman, Pitts, Javonte in the lineup. Need one for a flex. Van Jefferson, Claypool, Breda, Muth. Play Pitts or Muth at tight end. Give me Pitts at tight end. I know he's been underwhelming to some extent, but he's still a rookie. The talent that we all thought was there in the guy known as Kyle Pitts is still there. It's just a slower moving process than we wanted in terms of evolution of this guy's game. He's still talented. He still could drop a 100-yard game. I like Muth a lot. Maybe you go Muth and Pitts, bro. I mean, that's probably what I would do. Breda's not a bad option, but there's no guarantees. Van Jefferson's interesting. Muth would be safe. Van would be higher risk, higher reward. So put Kyle Pitts into your tight end spot or Muth into your tight end spot and play Pitts as your flex. Or I would start Pitts and then I'd maybe consider Van Jefferson if you want a little higher risk, higher reward versus Muth being pretty steady. not going to get you 3 TDs. Not that Van's going to, but Van could have, like, Van almost had 2 TDs in week number 12. So Van could get you 2 TDs. He really could. But he could also get you 2 points. So know that there's higher risk, higher reward with that play. But I'd maybe consider playing the 2 tight ends if you need safety. My Najee for Clyde and Pollard, no. No, you're not trading Najee, bro. You're not trading Najee. I shouldn't have said what I said earlier today, that when asked the question, Slayer, by you, could you see a world where the Steelers maybe don't play Najee into the ground toward the end of the year if they're not fighting for anything? And my answer was I could definitely see that happening, but doesn't mean I'm predicting it to happen. I'm just saying I could see it. Like, I can close my eyes, Slayer, and go, if things go badly, and let's say let's say Najee Harris has a hammy problem, or a groin, or a calf strain, and there's 2 weeks left in the season, or 3. Could I see him sitting out a week? Let's say week 16. A very important week in fantasy football. No longer the championships, it's the semifinals. Week 17 is the championship. Then, so he sits in week 16, and then could I see the Steelers then saying, we're going to shut him down for 17 and 18, just to keep him healthy? Yeah, I could see it happening. I could. But will he get hurt? I don't know. Like, he's getting a lot of mileage, a lot of work. Rookies break down. Rookies hit a rookie wall, which is what he's currently doing. But the good ones will, after they hit the wall and have that lull, which usually isn't more than a couple weeks, the good ones, and he is a good one. He's the number 2 or 3 overall player in 2022 drafts. The good ones shoot back up, and I think he'll probably do that. But if I was the coach, would I want to run him into the ground? The answer is no. I don't want to. If I own him, football perspective only, not fantasy, I'm not running Zeke into the ground in the final 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks of the season. I'm just not. A.J. Brown worth number 2 waiver wire. Yeah, I'd pick A.J. Brown up. I definitely like that. What's up, media? Go follow media on Instagram. Don't mind his avatar, which I fixed for him like twice, and literally weeks and weeks ago. He's got 49ers media, his 49er media on Instagram, but the guy procrastinates. I mean, you're in school, bro. You're in school. You should be able to prioritize and multitask, media. You're dancing. You're going to class. You're doing all kinds of great stuff. Media, I'm going to send you. I want you to blare or I can play the music. I'm going to send you a link, media, right now. I don't want you to talk. I don't want you to do anything. I want you to dance to the song that I created for you, and then I'm going to disconnect. So I'm going to send you a link right now, media. I want you to do a dance. And then I'm disconnecting. Here we go. Let me get my song ready. Rock out, thank you for the super chat. Johnny, thank you for the super chat, good buddy. I'm going to put you right here. I'm going to answer in 1 second. Travis, appreciate you, good buddy. Smitty, you're honestly were spot on about the Najee. I remember when you were saying you were drafting him at number 5, and no matter what, I like this comment. I'm going to put this right here and come back to it. I like that comment. I like it. We're coming back to that one. Johnny. All right, media. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you.
Take a deuce. Take a deuce. Take a deuce. Take a deuce.
If anybody doesn't know where that music comes from, which is brand new, you need to take a lap right now, because that tells me you did not watch the most recent video, which I believe is right here. Where is it? Previously on the Fantasy Football Intern.
The fantasy football industry has been...
That right there, go watch it on my channel, okay? The Fantasy Football Intern episode 4. It's out. It's out. Okay, media, I'm going to put you up. I want you to dance. 5, 4, 3,
I'm going to have to
2.
take my headphones off then.
Where's the song? Here we go. Ready?
Here, I'm going to go with 0 when I'm ready, and then I'll let you play.
Okay, hold on. I gotta add the music. Hold on 1 second. Media downloads. Hold on. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Debo Samuel ain't no wide receiver. He's also a running back. Debo down the block. Your boy can't be stopped. Debo come around. Williams with the block. Juice with the block. Mitchell with the run. Bring your ass to our stadium and get your ass beat, son.
Where is Dr. Raj? Someone bring him in. Where is Dr. Raj? We gotta get 10 wins.
You can spot Ayuk in the doghouse any given Sunday. Jimmy with the pick. Sick every single Monday. Yeah, we bleed red and gold. Sanford in Maxwell. The kick from Robbie.
This is what his parents are paying for.
Good as
Debo come around. Williams with the block. Debo come around. Williams with the block.
Media, thank you for dancing for us. We'll see you later, good buddy. Change your avatar. Change your avatar, please. 49er Media. I remade that for a reason.
Oh.
Later, pal.
Okay, see ya.
Appreciate you. Go follow him on Instagram. He's recently got into dancing. It's new for him. Clearly, he looks like a professional. Okay, back to reality. Debo Samuel in the house. What's up, Debo? Get better, Debo. Okay. Kyler, Zeke, Najee, McLaurin, Pittman, Pitts, Javante, need one flex. Oh, I already got that one. Oh, but let's see. For defense, Tampa, Green Bay, or KC. I didn't get that part of the question. KC, Tampa, the Falcons, right? Falcons, and then Green Bay. It's on a bye. KC at home versus the Broncos. Give me KC. I think the Falcons do pretty well in this one. So thank you for the super chat, good buddy. I appreciate you. Here's another one from Johnny. If it wasn't for Dallas D, I'd be in trouble. Should I worry about Dak going into the upcoming playoffs? Yeah, a little bit, but what's your alternative? You know what I mean? Like, if you've got, like, Burrow on the bench, yeah, you got a real dilemma on your hands, and you need to bring that question to us on the weekly here on the Fantasy Football Show, and we'll help you with it. But what options do you have? Waiver wire quarterbacks? No. Like, Dak is still capable of scoring three or so touchdowns on any given Sunday. Like, could he have a 4 TD game? Sure. And we don't know what's going on. Kevin says, what's Kevin saying? Listen, the injury won't last forever. The Cowboys have a long rest this week. Are you talking about Elliott, bro? There's only so much I can say to some people, and that's fine. Like, and there's nothing wrong with Kevin's take. Like, Kevin could be right, I could be wrong. The future will unfold the way the future will unfold. If it were 100% what I'm saying, then I would be a multi-billionaire because I predict everything right. No one can predict everything right. But Kevin, all the years I've been doing fantasy football professionally, bro, we're going to be heading into year 20 next year. So 19 straight years. You can sniff and smell a decline coming like media letting one rip during one of his dance moves. You can see it from a mile away. You can smell it from a mile away. Is there a chance I'm wrong and off by 1 calendar year and Zeke plummets down to the abyss and never to be seen again? Maybe, Kevin. Possibly. But your stance is nostalgia. Based on this is Zeke. This is Zeke Elliott. Like, and I get your stance, Kevin. I don't blame you at all. Brofist for your opinion. Brofist for being here. Brofist for your courage to say this in a live stream that is geared towards saying Zeke is done physically. Like, Literally bro fist, bro. Okay, I appreciate you. And I appreciate the awkwardness that is this conversation to most people. I thrive on it. I love it. I love when someone says something like this. So, Kevin, I appreciate you. But it's here, bro. The decline is here. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong by a half a year. There's no way this man makes it through 17 games next year at an elite level. And I know that running backs can get banged up, so I'm not even talking like he misses 1 or 2 games and balls out all year next year and is a running back 1. I'm saying he has no shot at being a running back 1 all year next year, let alone even playing that way at all for the remainder of this year. At best, I could be wrong, Kevin, and he rests up this offseason, doesn't look good this year, doesn't take control of the offense this year because, Kevin, Tony Pollard is cemented into a big percentage of the workload moving forward. Doesn't matter if Zeke's healthy. Like, from a football perspective, could Zeke get healthy and look efficient for his limited touches? Possibly. And that's how he could probably stay healthy next year, is being used half-time or less than half-time. And that's going to hurt Pollard. And then the Dallas run game, all of a sudden doesn't have any value from a fantasy football perspective, at least to the tune of a running back 1, because you have 2 guys dividing up the workload to an extent that no one's going to be a consistent running back 1 each week. They're more running back 2s and hit and miss plays. But Kevin, there is zero chance that Zeke Elliott can play elite for a majority of next year. And there's probably very little chance he is elite at all and getting the work to be an elite running back for the remainder of this year. It's gone. And this is a fantasy football show, Kevin. This is not a Cowboys or NFL geared show where it's like, okay, he can get right. They got time. And then the offense looks good, and both him and Pollard are doing well together. And the offense is producing a run game that's divided and fantasy-wise kind of a mess. If you're talking like that, we're on 2 different, like you're in the wrong room to be talking. Like, I'm not talking about NFL. You can talk about it. I love talking about the NFL perspective and the football and the Cowboys perspective, a football-only non-fantasy perspective. You can bring it to the table, Kevin. But I'm listening. You say, listen, the injury won't last forever. Bro, his talent has fallen off, and I appreciate you. Rock out. I traded Zeke and Pollard for Cook and had Madison. Excellent move. Even though I worry about Cook coming back at all, it's still a great move because if Cook doesn't come back, you've got Madison all year. You'll be fine. Yes, you could have had Zeke and Pollard, but they're divided anyway. I don't know that that's that big of a risk. It's more of a risk of not potentially having Cook for when Madison tears it up for 2 weeks, then goes to the bench or to a lesser role. Cook comes in and explodes. Absolutely love this move for you, Rock Out. It was smart movement, bro. I low-key know you're right. I just have a toxic love for Zeke, bro. And that's why I appreciate you. And to bring honesty to the equation, double bro fist, bro. I love the admissions, though. Those are the ones that I like a lot. When people can be like, okay, yeah, I understand. I am a little bit a Cowboy fan here. Smitty, you honestly were spot on about Najee. I remember when you said you were drafting him number 5 no matter what, and all these other gurus were talking smack on Najee like he was a late second rounder. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate you, Scott. And you're the man. Appreciate the kind words. Johnny says, if it wasn't for the Dallas D... Okay, I got that one already. What super chats have I missed? Sonny. Zach Wilson or Jimmy G. Superflex. I mean, Jimmy G, bro. We can't trust Zach Wilson right now. We cannot trust him. I don't know, bro. I have to go with Smitty. He's always right when it comes to these running backs. Smitty's to go. Thank you, Rooks. I'm not always right. Let me just tell you that. I'm not always right. You know, Mixon's proving me wrong this year. Kevin says, oh, this is earlier, before Kevin and I squared it away. Don't with the title. Come on. Hold on. Let's go from start to finish. No offense, Kevin. Here's the beginning comment. Kevin says, Smitty, please don't with the title. Come on. And then by the end of the discussion, I low-key know you're right. I love it, Kevin. We've got a new follower. We've got a new subscriber. Kevin. We're going to start calling you Honest Kevin. Because no one's that honest but Kevin. Comes back around. Complete honesty. Johnny, appreciate that super chat. Travis. We got Travis's already. I think I'm caught up. If I missed your super chat, please let me know and I will get to it. AJ Brown worth the waiver wire. Yeah, we're caught up. We're good. You were spot on about Zeke. Now let me clarify this because I want people to know I'm honest about this stuff. I don't try and like hide my hits and misses, or I told everyone that Zeke Elliott was going to be worth grabbing in that first round, range, above Barkley, above all these guys, and he did, to his credit, play like an elite fantasy football running back. 4 to 7, danced around 4 to 7, then kind of started going 5 to 8. So he's like dropping a slot every 4 or 5 games, right? So he's 4 to 7 overall. Rough week 1, horrible matchup in week 1, Tampa Bay, right? So everyone freaked out about Zeke. Oh my God, he's washed up, he's done. He wasn't yet. And so Zeke Elliott, even after a horrible week 1, still was a top 4 to 6 running back right out the gate. Then he was 4 to 7. Then he slipped to like 5 to 8. And that's when the panic set in. That's when I said, you know what? As much as I called him a good first rounder, guess what we have the luxury of doing in fantasy football? Trading. And if I feel differently about Zeke Elliott mid-season than I did in the beginning of the season, then I'm going to change. And if you don't like that, I'm not talking to anyone specific here. I'm not mad at anybody or directing this to anybody, but, Bill from accounting who's watching on the replay from his cubicle under his desk. I'm talking to you, Bill. If you have a problem, Bill, with the fact that I change my mind as the information unfolds, as these running backs take hits and get hurt as the season goes along, things I can't predict. If you want your analyst to basically create a spreadsheet at the beginning of the year, tell you to draft Zeke Elliott, and because I said it, I'm going to stick by it all year, I'm not the analyst for you. I can be both high on Zeke and hate Zeke in the same season. I don't hate Zeke, but down on him. I can be against DeAndre Swift and then like him later. It makes me a human being. It makes me an analyst that goes with the flow. Do you want someone that goes with the flow, or somebody that says, this is what I say, I'm going to shine off from here until the end of the year? My rankings stand as they are. See you all next season. Come on. So, Ollie, I appreciate the kind words here that I was spot on about Zeke. But in fairness, I liked him, and then I didn't. And I thought maybe he was going to squeak out the whole year before the decline. But because Pollard was there, I wasn't worried. I love Zeke Elliott. Cuff to Pollard. First round pick wasn't a problem. As we started to get through the year, and you see the decline, and he wasn't getting hurt, he was staying on the field, time to change directions. And that's why I'm not on top of the whole Zeke. Let's roster Zeke and take him into the playoffs because we got Pollard, because he's not going away. He's playing injured. He's dragging his almost useless limb out onto the field and still dragging it around the field, hopping on one leg, getting first downs once in a while, but it could have been a 20, 30-yard run. Lamb, the like button, says Rooks. Appreciate that. Punch the thumbs up. Also, for those of you that don't know,
want bold year-round rankings, trade calculators, and bold predictions? Get on over to Sleeper. U.com.
Want on-demand text advice from Smitty? Go to heysmitty.com. Take a lap.
So you know, now you know. Get on over to both of those places if you want any of that goodness. Take a lap. I need to hear it, Smitty. Need a lamb too. You want to take a lap, Rooks? Here you go, Rooks.
Take a look.
There you go, good buddy. Appreciate you. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Do we got to go for round 2? Round 2. Here we go. Smitty, let's have this read it. This is too long. Smitty doesn't read things this long, bro. Okay. Here we go.
Rena Rivera, this goes for ARV that gets massive workloads and takes hits. Injuries are a part of the game. A fully healthy Zeke is still one of the best RBs. Plus take effect the defenses played against and OL.
I get what you're saying, but if you have just joined us, then you've missed my entire argument that I don't care if he's healthy or not. He's done. Part of the reason he's done is because he can't stay healthy. He won't be able to stay healthy. And if he is ever 100%, could he drop this year, maybe the beginning of next year, some elite games? Absolutely could. Could actually drop elite games if fully healthy for a small period of time. But is Zeke Elliott ever going to return to an elite running back in fantasy football on a consistent level whatsoever? The answer is no. The answer is absolutely 0% chance no. He's not going to. I don't care what anybody says. Could he heal up this year? Be ruled out, heal all offseason, come in, look good in camp, do well for 5 straight games, then get hurt in week 6 and you call it a fluke or a weird, well, he just got hurt. He just got hurt. No, he got hurt because he's breaking down. He got hurt because his mileage is through the roof. There is no player in the NFL at the running back position that has his kind of usage and mileage that is relevant whatsoever, and that's for a reason. And Zeke Elliott has already crossed that barrier. He has so much mileage. What is his total touches? His total touches, let's pull it. I think it's way over 1,500. Ezekiel Elliott. What are his total touches at? He's got 173 plus 244 plus 301 plus 302 plus 242 plus 322. 1586. 1586? Yeah, 1586. He's at 1,586 rushes. He's done. He's done. I'm sorry. Could he come back for 4 or 5 games in 2022? Yes, he could. He will get hurt. He will not last even remotely close to a 16-game season as a workhorse running back. Could he last 15 straight games at 40% capacity? Yes. If he gets 70% of the work, which he won't because Tony Pollard's already earned halftime. Already earned halftime. I think I have a butt Smitty. Here we go.
But Smitty.
You've just been Smitty approved. You've just been Smitty disapproved.
But Smitty.
He's done. He's done. Does anybody else want to come in and have this conversation? Please leave me a voicemail. Riviera, I would love. First of all, Brofist, I would love for you to leave a voice message on my Instagram talking about this. Please. I would love to have the conversation with you. Does anybody else want to talk about how Zeke Elliott is just banged up? Does anybody want to talk about how Zeke Elliott is coming back? Running back 1 on the way. We did this already with CMC. I mean, how many times do I have to do it? And where are the people that come in here saying this stuff? Where are they now? Where's what's his name? Ron or Rick or Bill or whatever the hell his name was that said that Christian McCaffrey was running back 1. There was no debate. You're a complete moron, Smitty. How do you not have Christian McCaffrey as your running back 1 going forward in weeks 10 through 18, Smitty? What's wrong with you? Where are the people that came in and infiltrated my live stream to talk about how much of a moron I was about Christian McCaffrey, about Barkley, about whatever. Where are you? Where are you now? I don't see you. I'm waiting. I want to talk to you. And where's this? I don't see it. Nobody wants to have the debate. Zeke Elliott is done. Tony Pollard is better. Plain and simple.
That's me.
Kamara banged up too. Kamara is banged up. I think he'll probably play week. He'll probably be back next contest because, I mean, he almost played this week. He was very, very close. Unless there's a setback we don't know about. You know, which is entirely possible the way we get fed NFL news inaccurately. Gaskin or Williams this week. I assume you mean Javonte. God, where's my mind? I assume you mean Javonte Williams. Gaskin for me, and that's painful for me to say. I love Javonte Williams, but until he's anointed the starter, Gaskin is a top 10 running back in my opinion. Chase and Burrow, thoughts this week. I traded for Chase this week and expect major yardage game from both. I do too, LOL. I do too. I hope we're back here, you and me, celebrating. We need a celebration clip. We need to have media. Media, send me a video clip, please. Right now, media. Send it to me on Instagram. A video clip of you dancing. No music. I'll get the music covered. Just you dancing. I want your most crazy. Like, I want hip thrusts. I want don't pull your back out, but I want something like literally almost pulls your back. I want something crazy, bro. I want like this jolting and massive movement. Keep it 5 to 6 seconds long. Send it to me. You are now gonna be the celebratory clip that we're gonna play whenever we're ready to celebrate. But me and LOL are going to be celebrating Jamar Chase big numbers. I'm going to give you 120 yards and 2 touchdowns in week number 13 for the man we call Jamar Chase. I think he's going to blow up. Terry says Sleeper U is fire content. What is fire content? You mean this?
Want bold year-round rankings, trade calculators, and bold predictions? Get on over to Sleeper. U.com.
Get some. I don't do dances for free, sorry, says media. Well, I guess we'll find a different mascot then for our often played and often promoted when we hit the button every single time we want to celebrate videos, clips. Apparently you don't want to tie yourself to the fantasy football show during amazing, legendary moments. Good luck. Media is getting a little bit, he's feeling a little bit high and mighty now after that dance. I feel like Fournette will get hurt and it will be playoff Jones instead of playoff Lenny. I mean, it's possible, but I'm liking Lenny. What I like about playoff Lenny right now, Rooks, and I wasn't high on him, so it's another player I didn't quite feel was coming that unfolded differently than I thought. He hasn't been like abused all year, so if he had played all year this way, I'd be worried about him getting hurt, but he's just kind of getting going, bro. So I like him a little more than I normally would, I'll admit. Johnny, the super chat, Johnny says, I have Madison, Mitchell, Jamal, J-Rob, Javonte. J-Rob is playing a tough run D. Swift is out, and Melvin Gordon is probably out. So I was thinking of replacing J-Rob with Javonte or Jamal with, replacing J-Rob with Javonte or Jamal. I would play J-Rob and Javonte. And hold on, let me go back. So yeah, easy call. Let me go back to the super chat. Was it Matt? Oh, no, Matt. Matt had a question here. Hold on, Matt. I'm coming to you. Where was this question over here? Where was that Javante question? Dang it. Javante. Where's that Javante question? Oh, Rooks. I think this is it. Was this it? No. I don't know where it was. There was a Javante question that I just answered, and I said Gaskin and Javante. I'm going to change my tune on that. I didn't really clarify. If Melvin Gordon is out, I'm going to change my vote to Javante over Gaskin. But I really love both, and I want you to play both. But to whoever that was, I don't remember who that was, start Javante if Gordon is ruled out. And I don't know that Gordon is ruled out yet. Let's check the news real quick. If Gordon's ruled out, that makes it a much easier call. So, Melvin. And I still find a way to get Javante on the field, though. Or Gaskin. Speaking Thursday, Broncos coach said Melvin Gordon hip shoulder would not practice today and will be 50-50 to play against the Chiefs. So, 50-50. 50-50, kind sir. Matt. 145 people in here, only 75 likes. Punch that thumbs up, please. And also, guys, please, I'm not going to play the whole video. I'm playing like 10 seconds of it. Please get on over to my most recent video before this, which is the Fantasy Football Intern sitcom that I produce. There's 4 episodes in season 1. It is like The League meets The Office. It is an amazing show. I really, really am proud of it. And I'm hoping it goes somewhere. I'm hoping it takes us in a weird direction we never fathomed that it would go, you know, with a sponsor or wherever. Maybe it gets picked up somewhere. I really believe it's that good. It's like The League meets The Office, and it's my second most recent video. And on my YouTube homepage, you can watch all. If you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see 4 episodes that you can watch, all 4. And this is just a small little taste. Previously on the Fantasy Football Intern.
The fantasy football industry has been leveled by the pandemic. I had to come up with different revenue streams, a different kind of product line.
Hello, I am Tom.
Okay, I wanted to get everybody on a Zoom call. For one, I wanted to introduce Tom, new member of the team.
Hey, Tom. How you doing? How you momming him?
I hired Tom on for a number of reasons. Number one, he's got narcolepsy. I figure we can really use that. It gets us a special parking pass during NFL events. It puts me on a whole new level for discounts for things that I buy for the show.
We need to come up with a couple different revenue streams. Who has an idea? That is just a small little taste of the show. But it is an 18-minute episode 4, and I believe it's phenomenal. But in order to get it out there, we need everybody to share it, get more views. It's different content, so the YouTube algorithm doesn't really punch it out there and shove it out there to people, because the YouTube algorithm is so smart. It knows it's different content. It knows it's not fantasy football advice, so it doesn't trust that it's going to get the reaction. So I really need your guys' help to share it with people that like humor and funny things. So please share that video. It is, again, the second most recent one, but if you go to the YouTube homepage and go to the bottom, not the bottom, but scroll down until you see the Fantasy Football Show, or the Fantasy Football Intern sitcom. You can tell it's got like cigarettes and it's funny. Go check it out. The avatars are hilarious. The graphics are funny on the thumbnail. Zeke is done at this point in the season. I agree. Smitty back happy I didn't start Cooper. Good looks, bro. Appreciate you, Jerry. Thursday games suck, man. That's why I was really hesitant to tell people to start Zeke. In some cases, we started Zeke, but it was just a bad game overall. You know, you had let me go to the scores here. Let me review the scores for you, the stats for everybody, and then get to the remainder of these super chats. Let me get Matt's first real quick. Matt, you still there? I streamed Hill over Russ this week. Thank you, Deontay Harris. You saved it. So Deontay Harris, appreciate you, Matt. Dak 238, 1 TD, 1 INT. Pollard, 7 carries for 71 yards and a touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, 7 catches for 89 yards. He should have had 10 catches for 120. But Dak overthrew him like 3 times in a row. The last 3 attempts to CeeDee Lamb were all incomplete, all like over his head or in the out of bounds. They were awful. Dalton Schultz, 5 catches for 43 yards, no touchdowns. Amari Cooper, 2 catches for 41. Gallup, 5 catches for 36 and a touchdown. A touchdown saved him. Zeke Elliott, 3.5 yards a carry, 3 carries for 45 yards. Zeke Elliott looked awful. 2 catches for 2 yards. Absolute disaster for Zeke Elliott. Taysom Hill had a very interesting game, depending on your scoring format. He was 19 of 41 for 264 passing, 2 touchdowns passing, 4 INTs, 101 rushing yards with no touchdowns on the ground. So he scored a lot in some formats. In other formats, he didn't do as good, but still put up some points. But Taysom Hill was definitely a mixed bag. Ingram and Zeke were the tough call. A lot of people had those guys together, and they both did garbage. But Ingram did worse than Elliott. Ingram had 10 carries for 28 yards. So I did give some. I get asked like thousands of questions all week, thousands of questions, and in the live streams and in the YouTube comments, so many questions. And so there were times where I was like, give me Ingram, like I didn't not say Ingram. I said Ingram a couple times on a lot of different, different variations of questions. But for the most part, this game was in a void, and this is why. Thursday games blow, especially when you've got questions like running back by committees with the Dallas Cowboys, uncertainty at the running back position in Ingram. Oh, Ingram's going to start, therefore he's going to have a monster day. No, Thursday game mixed with inconclusive news and supporting evidence to suggest that Ingram's going to get fed a ton. And so Ingram was a tough play, and I think 9 times out of 10 on a Thursday call, it's always the wrong call. And some of that's dumb luck. Some of it is, traveling, short week, awkward lack of pressure or different pressure because of a Thursday spotlight, just being out of rhythm on a Thursday game versus your usual schedule on a Sunday. I don't know what it is. The quick turnaround in some cases. But the Cowboys didn't look good. Saints didn't look good. Just a overall bad performance. Terry says he wants the thumbs up. We got 150 in here and probably a little under 100 likes, maybe 20. Thank you, Gonzalez. This week, Elijah Moore or Van Jefferson. Give me Van as a safer play. Elijah Moore with the quarterback inconsistencies in the Jets offense. Elijah Moore is more high risk, high reward. You know what I mean? So if you like the odds of a 2 or 3 point game, but have a chance for 20 something points, 23 points, 25 points, go Elijah Moore. If you want a steady Eddie, you want 80 yards and 5 catches or whatever, a shot at a touchdown, but you're talking about like a 13-point guy, then Van Jefferson's your guy. He still has the potential to get like a 20-point game, but of the two, Elijah Moore has that 2 TD potential and then 2-point outing potential. Van's going to be steady Eddie. So, unfortunately, I don't have a direct, concrete answer for you, bro. I appreciate your super chat. Terry Roberts with the super chat. I think I'm caught up there. Terry says, Smitty, you told me to draft Najee, and I was able to pick up Taylor in the second round. Oh. Terry, look at Terry. Look how confident Terry is with his new shirt. Terry comes in and says, Smitty, I'll be taking over in 2022. Jonathan Taylor, second round. Book it. Terry dropping knowledge. Coming from the Sleeper U College. Jonathan Taylor, second round on top of Najee. And that's why your league's reading. We should have put all that on the back of your shirt, Terry. Everything you're wearing on the front, you might have to just turn your shirt around because everyone's behind you reading your shirt because you're in first. Good job, buddy. Next shirt we make you, Terry's going to say, if you're reading this, it's because you're in last. If you're reading this, it's because I'm Terry and I'm in first. Boy, Terry, Sleeper U College, where you get the knowledge. Zachary Barlow, another HeySmitty.com member. HeySmitty.com one-on-one text advice. Zachary Barlow, right here. Cam, what? Actually, what? Nick, oh, maybe you're talking to somebody. Dak has been inaccurate since coming back from the calf injury. I thought you were trying to say something to me, Nick. Oh, my bad. Would you trade DeAndre for Swift? I would take. Oh, would I trade DeAndre Swift? Yes, I thought you were talking about DeAndre Hopkins. I'd take DeAndre Hopkins. Can you get DeAndre Hopkins for Swift? Swift's out at least 2 weeks, and I worry that it's going to be longer. It may or may not be longer. I don't know. But probably looking at least 2 weeks. Did you watch the very first game against the Buccaneers? What are you guys talking about? All right, Barlow, you said you had another super chat. Dak missed an open CD in the first half for a TD. I'm so bummed about how bad Dak played. Like CeeDee Lamb, and that's part of the value of CeeDee Lamb. You have to weather through Dak's inconsistencies, right? So it's part of the evaluation process. Was CeeDee Lamb a risk because of Dak? I mean, I didn't think so, but right now it sucks because, I mean, there are several times where, I mean, this whole game, like, he should have had probably, like, I mean, if that's the case on that touchdown, you add that to it if you want to go back into the first half. 150 and a touchdown he should have had, and 10, 11 receptions, you know? I know we can play woulda, shoulda, coulda with a lot of players, and that's not a fun game to play because then you got to do it for everybody. But Dak looked awful. Much love. Thank you, Riviera. All love and respect at the end of the day with all the debate and good info. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. I would like to hear your argument, though. If you want, you can drop a voice message on Instagram. Thoughts on Pitt's rest of season? I think he could be a top 6 to 10 tight end. It's possible. Have Aaron Rodgers on a bye. Do I go with Tua or Carr? I'd probably go with Carr or Tua. Probably go with Tua. Coming off last week, Gaskin playing well. I'd probably go with Tua, but it's close. I sat Zeke in the league. I sat Amari Cooper in another. Rather play Javonte Williams. Attaboy. I agree with you. Javonte's going to beast out if he's starting. Would you trade James Robinson for Swift? Probably not. Swift's out 2 weeks minimum. What if it turns into 3 or 4? What if they shut him down for the year? Give me J-Rob because he's on the field, but I trade J-Rob. I trade J-Rob and I buy low on Swift. That's not buying low. All right, guys. I appreciate all of you. Please comment. Please go watch this video right here. Previously on the Fantasy Football Intern.
The fantasy football industry has been leveled by the pandemic.
Go watch that. It's my second most recent video. It's called the Fantasy Football Intern, and it's phenomenal. It's a mix between The League meets The Office. It's a sitcom. It's 4 episodes long. We're trying to turn this into something big that's standalone from fantasy football content creation. It is an actual sitcom, and it's like The Office. I haven't run into somebody that said, hey, and maybe they're not being honest, but I haven't run into somebody yet that has said, hey, I think that's garbage. In fact, Ryan Hollins, the former NBA player and current NBA analyst, loved it so much. He's like, I don't even know what I'm watching, but I can't stop watching it. And he liked it so much he wanted to be in it, which is why Ryan Hollins stars in episode 4. NBA analyst and former NBA center Ryan Hollins is in episode 4. So go watch it right when we're done. Go do it now. Comment. I want to see your comments on that specific video. Let's go. ESPN needs it. Zepeda, you are correct. It is one of the most phenomenal things I've ever produced, this little series. It's 4 episodes long. My favorite episode is probably episode 3. My mom's in it. It's fantastic. Grant, my intern, currently former intern, you'll watch episode 4 and see what I'm talking about there. Grant, when I hired Grant on, and when I mean hired, I mean not paying him, just a measly little intern. Grant, who we love here on the show. We do love Grant on the show. It's a sitcom, okay? There's some truth to the sitcom and a lot of not truth, and I leave that up to you to decide what is real and what is not real in the sitcom. But yes, let's get ESPN involved. Let's go. Appreciate every one of you. Go watch the episode 4, the Fantasy Football Intern. It's waiting for you. And I want you guys to comment. Let's go.